Hi, I'm Divan,
Hi, I'm Teresa,
and this is
the Spectrum Standard.
so today we've got a very special guest, and I'm going to have you ask you help me with your surname because I always get about it sounds like a royal family member. This is Nicole
Parker Stalls.
not Parker Ball.
No, she's not married to Glenn Charles.
Nicole, it's such an honor to have you here today. Nicole has recently joined us. Not just Nicole, she has brought 8 members with her, and that's super exciting. But there was like a pathway to that. I'm going to have Nicole and Teresa tell us a bit about that.
So I'm going to start because there is a story. You are correct. So I was told probably about 7 or 8 months ago about Nicole. 8 months.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I was very, very eager. So I was chatting to a friend of mine and she said, you must talk to Nicole because, she'd be great in your team. So I put a call in WhatsApp and Nicole took the call and we had a lovely conversation. And then I sent her a couple of messages and we were supposed to meet. I think we were supposed to meet about 4 or 5 times, weren't we? Yeah. And every single time something happened. He was sick. And then I think she just started to, which is what we're here for, ghosting me. I mean, I'm not going to hold it against her. Yeah, I'm going to look at her at some point. But yeah, you and I don't know what was happening at that time. And we see this a lot in agents. They'd be very sort of keen to have a chat with you. And then sometimes you can even get face to face. You can have that chat. And then you never hear from them again. And it's like, what did I do? And I take things very personally. So when we took that call in the end, I was like, oh my God, Divan, he's back. So what happened?
Okay, so when you initially called me, I wasn't looking to move. I'm a very loyal person. So I believe if you make a commitment to an agency or company that you need to stick out the commitment. And then you made the call and you said, listen, and you came highly recommended by Nikki. And I was like excited, but at the time I didn't feel it was the right time.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay. I had in the back of my mind, I stalked you both on your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And then a few months later, I felt that I was ready to move. And you were the first person I called. And so for me, what stood out about you was you were persistent.
Oh, well, that's I'm persistent, don't you?
And I could see that somehow you were someone that I could easily talk to if I needed guidance. And besides the fact that you came highly recommended, there was just something about your face that I could trust.
Oh,
That's a compliment.
yeah. Wow. I'm going to go and polish my halo.
So as I was telling Divan earlier, I spoke to Mark, and there were certain things that you had to say to get me to meet with you.
Yeah, if I can quickly interject it. So Mark is Nicole's partner in this whole business thing. He's one of the other
team leaders.
Yes.
Yeah. So I said, Mark, we need to work for a company and it's going to be green, white, and black. Okay. And Mark is like, but black and gold is always your color. I said, but Mark, green, white, and black is coming through.
Prosperity.
And then I said to him, if Teresa says she's going to meet for coffee, she has to invite me to the office so that I can see the culture of the company. Teresa phones and she says, hey, Nicole, so can we meet for coffee? I'm like, yes. So I said, where would you like to meet? And he said, come to the office so you can see the culture of the company. I'm like, oh, wow.
Nothing to hide.
And at the time, I didn't realize your color scheme. So myself and Mark comes up, and we walk up and we open the door and I'm like, the green, white, and black. Okay. And then we're sitting there and we're chatting and I felt very at home in your presence. And then also you had a cross on your neck. So I was like, okay, there's definitely all the signs that I needed. They're all wearing it. Yeah. And you know what? When we sat, it was very natural. We felt at home. You could sit in and we could actually see ourselves working there.
And I think it helped when you came in. I mean, the office is busy. There was a few agents in and obviously I introduced you to them because I think that's important. And that's why I like to bring agents into the office. Sometimes they're not comfortable because they don't want to be in a situation where someone says, "Oh, I saw Nicole in the office and she's talking to one of your colleagues," and so we always give you the option. But I think that's the most important thing. We like you to see who we are. And I remember that conversation clearly because you spoke quite a lot, and Mark didn't say a lot at all. And I kept thinking, I haven't won him over. He doesn't like me.
But we know you like you like what I've learned from Mark is he's a very quiet guy.
He is.
So, and I think that's the main that you saw.
He actually didn't get a lot of time to speak because Nicole and I were really chatting. Yeah.
I'm sitting.
Yeah. Sorry. Just a loser. And I remember thinking, I think I had a conversation with you after, and I'm like, can I have Mark's cell phone number because I want to message him? Is that okay? And she's like, yeah, of course it is. And then when I got a response from him, I phoned her up and I'm like, Mark responded. Yeah, he responded to me. So I said, he's super keen. But I think he just wanted, he's a listener.
Yeah.
He's an absorber. He wanted to take all of that in.
But also, myself and Mark have a business relationship since 2013. So it's built on trust. And I mean, we build relationships in this industry. So he trusts that if I say something, that my word is my honor. And I think over the years, we've always just had a very transparent business relationship.
Yeah. I mean, without talking, because Mark's not in the room, and I think we might like to invite him in and have a chat. I mean, he had his own agency, independent agency, his principal status, and decided that the best thing for him, you and the team, was to come in under our umbrella, which is such a big compliment, really.
And an honor.
Yeah.
I mean, working with professionals that have done this like monumental thing of starting their own and then saying, I love doing my own thing, but maybe there's some worth in partnering with a brand that knows just as much but can help me. And I think that's a huge honor for us, and I think a big thing for teams out there.
Yeah, no, it is. And you said something to me recently about the fact that we have all the tools and the technology and the things in the box that you don't perhaps get sometimes when you're in a smaller agency.
So, can I just elaborate?
Yeah.
So coming into Spectrum, the wow factor is not only the culture and the beliefs, but that is one bonus, but also what you have to offer the agents. Because I feel that a lot of agencies, and this is not putting anybody down, but this is the reality. Everything is just black and white. There's no real forward thinking. And what stood out for me is like, you don't only take someone's idea and implement it. You go the extra mile and you tweak it. You make it the best for everybody, not for one person. You give us access to platforms to better ourselves so that we can earn. And not just about you.
Yeah.
It's not, for me, Spectrum is not about how much the principal can make. It's actually investing in us. And for me, how you can make me a better agent and give me the tools so that I can be in the areas and get the best visibility in marketing for my clients. So that is why I'm here, because I saw that the things that you were doing, the campaigns you were running, the input you're doing with everybody, it stood out for me.
Yeah.
It's like nothing is limited.
And I think that's very important. And we spoke about it in our introduction videos, where we said within Spectrum, we believe that nothing is final. It's all about being open to bettering.
A work in motion.
Exactly. And I think as an agent, you have to stay, I want to use the word agile. I think that's the right English word. To always be open to what's going on in the market. How should I adjust? And I think a lot of things, and as I said before, not to knock anyone down, I think a lot of the other agencies and maybe businesses out there, they've become so caught up in red tape that this is how we do it. This is how we've been doing it for 500 years. This is how we'll be doing it for the next 500 years. And one thing we actually had a discussion about yesterday is we said, Spectrum doesn't do the branding for you. We do it with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's important when we build a business. We don't build a business for the principal, for the investors. We build this for everyone. We do it together with everyone. And I love that you brought that up, because it almost like cements in that what we're doing is actually
visible,
meeting the agents.
but also visible, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind, and we look at what's going on in the market and we take that on board, and then we try and do something that's necessarily bigger and better. But I think we do it bigger and better anyway.
But that's what sets you apart. I always ask in every training session, and I always ask people, what sets you apart? Why you? And I mean, I've got the answer. That is why I'm joining Spectrum, because for me, I have got the upper hand of doing a bit more.
Yeah.
And I feel that the openness and transparency allows me to be more creative within the space.
I think that's something that some agents struggle with, because I mean, when we have our monthly meeting, we put our figures up. There's nothing to hide. That's how we've done this year. This is how we did last year. And this is where we need to be by the end of the year. Because if you hide that and you're in partnership and you're in business with people, you've got an invisible target. You have no idea what you're aiming for. And I think that's part of Spectrum, isn't it? That's part of the transparency.
You have to show, because if you've got open books, it means that people know what they're investing in, what they're helping growing. And that's part of it, because when you join a company, it's not just about, oh, I need to be part of this brand to help myself. It's like, I'm building this business. I want to be. It's almost like being patriotic towards your country. It's like, I've got this loyalty, and I love that, what you said about it. And that's maybe why some people ghost. They're feeling this loyalty. But sometimes when the time is right, that loyalty can shift.
Because in all fairness, there are so many agents out there. There's so many competitors out
Yeah.
there. There are people that have offered me 100% even. And my thoughts are always, if I'm struggling to sell at 50%, why am I going to jump to 100?
Yeah.
Because I first need to do something for myself to get there. And once I perfected the 50, then I'm confident to move on. So you need to know your worth, and you need to put in the effort to get there. And I feel that with Spectrum, I'm going to get that boost.
Oh, you are, absolutely. I mean, we've got a strategy meeting booked for next week, which I'm very excited about.
We'll have a good strategy.
We do. We had one this week, didn't we? It was another team, and the benefits of the experience coming together in one room, just to look at your business and where you need to be and what you need to do and how we're going to get there. I'm very, very excited for that. That's the best part of my job.
Now, I think today's conversation was for me such a good show of, you get ghosters, but sometimes there's a good reason behind it. It's not that you're not doing something right. It's not that you don't offer, but sometimes, and that is so inspiring to me, Nicole, and I want to give you the honor for that, is that loyalty still is a thing around. Loyalty means that, yes, there might be tough times, there might be things that doesn't work, but I'm going to stay loyal. But then sometimes you come to that point where you know the time is right. I need to make the move. And I think that doesn't make you a ghoster. That makes you someone that's willing to listen, which you were in the beginning, and you were excited, and we were very, I mean, the moment Riza told me there's a team coming. Can we tell? She was telling everyone that whole week this team coming is so exciting. And then you came, and the onboarding was such a refreshing process, because everyone was so excited and thankful, and I think that comes from that anticipation of being a ghoster, and then you get into something you want to do. So I think that's very inspiring.
Yeah, because you just, once you've made the decision, you just want it to be done.
Yes.
And the process that we've got in place hopefully help that.
Well, yeah. And we refine that all the time as well. Well, I actually did it yesterday again. Always a little bit of refinement. I think it works very well. So I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
I think that was a good conversation, Nicole. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome, and thank you for accepting us. Part of your team.
An honor.
Pleasure.
Yes, a huge
pleasure.
pleasure. I think we should do a video. We might move the stable out and get everyone from the team. It's going to be a full house. Yes. That might be exciting. So tune in for the next video. We will be discussing some more interesting things about Spectrum. We'll see you then.
Thank you.